We are hopeful that because of the solutions that the Prime Minister announced yesterday, we will be able to get flights off to Rwanda next year. We can't guarantee that. We have to pass legislation, emergency legislation in the House of Commons. We have to sign a new international treaty with Rwanda. But our commitment to the British people is that although the Supreme Court ruling was a setback, we will not allow anything to get in the way of delivering the Prime Minister's pledge.
Let's bring in our political correspondent, Gurpreet Narwan, for more on that. I mean, Gurpreet, we heard it there from the Chancellor. He thinks the Supreme Court was a setback. They ruled that it was unlawful. They're pressing ahead anyway. Yeah, Rishi Sunak's really doubling down on the Rwanda plan after that Supreme Court ruling. He's promised emergency legislation and a new treaty with Rwanda, effectively to override the decision of the court. But that announcement yesterday from Rishi Sunak, it was pretty scant on detail, and it immediately triggered a slew of questions. Among them, how is this going to work? And if it does work, how long is it going to take? And the question of timing is important here because the government has really pinned the success of its immigration policy on the Rwanda plan. And voters are going to make a judgment on that in the upcoming general election. There is a faction of the Tory party on the right for whom this has become a symbolic issue. They want to be able to go back to their constituents and say planes have taken off to Rwanda before the next general election. The Prime Minister, the Home Secretary and the Immigration Minister have all been adamant that this is achievable. But you heard Hunt there managing expectations, saying that there were no guarantees and that an exact time frame couldn't be given. And that's because there are still a number of obstacles in the way. Firstly, no guarantees that this will pass through the Lords. If it does pass through the Lords, there is still the threat of legal challenges from foreign courts because we're signed up to a number of international treaties, including European Convention on Human Rights, which could pave the way for a challenge from Strasbourg. Rishi Sunak yesterday said he would not allow a foreign court to intervene, but it's not clear how he would achieve that without leaving the European Convention on Human Rights. Meanwhile, MPs in his own party are losing patience.